Rain lashes against the shattered windows of a transport plane, tearing through a midnight sky. Thunder rolls like distant artillery. Inside, a single light flickers above row 10. She sits there, alone, rigid, her eyes fixed on nothing and everything. The smell of oil and gunmetal lingers in the cabin. Engines roar. Around her, soldiers shift nervously, whispering, waiting. But she doesn't move. She doesn't blink. She's a storm contained in human skin. And then, the static crackle of a radio cuts through the silence. A voice breaks in, calm, commanding, terrifyingly precise. Eagle Shadow, stand by. Every head turns. But only she knows the name belongs to her. Row 10 isn't just a seat. It's a hiding place. And tonight, her silence is about to end. Because strength doesn't always scream. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it sits quietly in row 10 until the world forces it to rise. Most fighters you know, they swing their fists, raise their voices, boast of their scars. But the rarest kind? They endure in silence. They bleed without showing it. They suffer in ways no one claps for. While others break under the weight of mud, fire, and fear, these few stand taller, not because they are unbreakable, but because they have already been broken and chose to rise anyway. The battle wasn't kind to her. The training was worse. Days blurred into nights, sweat soaked into soil, rain turned the ground into a grave. Every step was heavy with exhaustion. Blood blistered in boots, smoke stung the lungs, and hunger carved into the ribs. Around her, soldiers groaned, cried out, begged to stop. But not her. She stayed quiet, her face unreadable, as if pain had learned it could not bend her. Until the moment came when her body failed. She collapsed in the mud, the storm above drenching her hair, into a mask across her face. The platoon thought she was finished. Broken. Disposable. But as they rolled her over, they saw it. Old scars stretching across her ribs, bullet wounds long healed, burns that told a history none of them could imagine. She hadn't just survived this war. She had survived many before it. The silence wasn't weakness. It was the sound of a warrior who had already endured the kind of battles that strip souls bare. And for the first time, they saw her for what she truly was. Not fragile, not mysterious, but relentless. With trembling hands, she pushed against the earth, rising again through the weight of pain. Her knees shook, her breath burned, but her eyes cut sharper than any blade. The radio barked her code name again. Eagle Shadow, confirmed status. And she answered not with words, but with action. Step after step, she moved forward while others stared in awe. The doubters, the whisperers, the skeptics, they no longer saw a woman sitting in row 10. They saw the embodiment of endurance. And when the battle's fire finally dimmed, when the echoes of gunfire fell to silence, she stood taller than before. Not just alive, transformed. The mud had become her foundation, the pain her proof, the scars her crown. This is the truth no one tells you. Strength isn't found in the loudest voice, the biggest muscles, or the flashiest victories. True strength is carried by those who walk silently, who bear invisible burdens, who rise again when no one is watching. She was sitting in row 10, quiet, unnoticed, until the radio spoke her secret code name. And in that moment, the world discovered what silence had been hiding all along, a warrior forged in storms. So remember this, when you feel unseen, when your fight is invisible, when your scars are hidden beneath the surface, you are not weak. You are the rare kind, the kind who rises from the mud, the rain, the fire, and transforms struggle into strength. Because the greatest victories are not the ones cheered in stadiums or written in history books. The greatest victories are the ones fought in silence, conquered in darkness, and carried with unshakable dignity. If this story moved you, like, comment, and subscribe.